Make sure to book your next fishing trip with a member of the Louisiana Charter Boat Association. Go to louisianacharterfishing.com. It's January, and in Louisiana's Delta Country here in Plaquemines Parish, we go fishing, and that's exactly what we're going to do today in Buras, Louisiana, fishing with Paradise Plus Outfitters. Captain Billy Wallbaum, we are going to go chase some redfish. Captain Billy's been on a great redfish bite in the ponds. He's been catching some bulls, some keepers, but catching a lot of fish, and we're going to go chase those reds on a windy morning, and it's coming up right here on Let's Go Fishing. Closed captioning is brought to you by the Delta Marina in Empire, Louisiana, featuring newly renovated cabins on the water, a ship store for all of your tackle and food and drink, live shrimp, gas and diesel, a fish cleaning station, and the Ponderosa Grill and Oyster Bar serving South Louisiana cuisine Thursday through Sunday. Visit us online at thedeltamarina.com. We spent the night in one of the beautiful cabins at Paradise Plus Outfitters and then left about 7:15, 7:30. This time of year, you don't have to leave at the crack of dawn. And we head down to Cypress Cove Marina in Venice, launch the boat there, then head to the east side of the river where Captain Billy's been catching these redfish. Now, we're dealing with some wind today, but Captain Billy puts us in a place that's protected, and he gets things started very quickly. There's a few mullet around, he makes a cast, and hooks into a gigantic bull red. Come up here. Good one. Oh, that's a good one there, buddy.
Yep.
That's a big one. That's a big one. I'll get the net for you. Here, come on top here. That's the way to start things off.
Yep.
Big old red.
And there he goes.
Well, we got in here and we saw some mullet. And when you see mullet, that's a pretty good sign you're going to have some redfish. Just throw in a cork and a gulp with a little piece of shrimp on it or without a little piece of shrimp on it.
I didn't even have a shrimp on it.
Huh?
I didn't even have a piece of shrimp. Let's just go.
All right, get this big boy.
I'm just trying to work him from the back of the boat.
Yeah, he's gonna come up here and play nice for the camera. Come on up.
Too much death and destruction back there in the back. Don't want him up there.
One thing about these big reds this time of year, my friend, is that they don't get quite as tired as they do in the summertime.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
All right, thank you.
Well, that is pretty. Whoops.
Still got
Yeah,
plenty of
he's
fire.
still. Yeah, he's not anywhere close to being.
Still mad at me.
Yeah, he's mad. And you said the ones you've been catching have been anywhere from that size to...
From this to 16, 17-inch keepers in here. They're
Wow.
mixed.
Yep. We'll hold him up, let everybody see him.
That's a good one.
That is a pretty Venice redfish.
Yep.
All right.
Well, no reviving her. She's gone on her own. All right, we can do it again.
All right. There we go.
There you go. Fish on.
Yeah, fish on.
I didn't even get a cast out.
It's funny.
I got it out there, but I wasn't able to work it.
It's just like you just said. We go from a gigantic bull red, you were exactly right,
Yep.
to a 16-inch redfish.
Yep.
Well, that's bigger than 16. Look at that. Pretty.
That'll work.
Oh, we do have it
Blue in the tail.
active. You know, there really is no bad time of year to fish redfish back here, is there?
There's not. We catch them year round. I get asked all the time, when's the best time? Anytime you can go.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we catch them year round. There's no best time. I mean, and like right now, the river's rising, and You would think that would hurt,
but
but
no.
I mean, we'll catch them.
You know, and,
I can get my hands on this.
one of the things that happens, that's why they call it a death grip,
Yeah.
but one of the things that happens is when the river's low, the water's pretty and you can sight fish and you can do things like that.
Right.
But that means the fish are everywhere, they're scattered.
Yep.
When you get a higher river and you get dirtier water, then these fish will have a tendency to congregate in certain areas. And that's what happens.
Yep.
But that's a healthy redfish right there.
That is a nice one.
All right, I'm gonna cast back out and see if I can get Billy.
Here at Paradise Plus, we are a full-service guide service. We have lodging and food and guides available. We've got lodging in our main house. We have cabins back here in the backyard that we can accommodate people in. I think one of the biggest pluses here at Paradise Plus that a lot of other places don't have is every room has its own bathroom. You don't share a bathroom with any other room, which in my eyes is huge. That's something I think is very, very unique. You can be comfortable bringing your wife, your kids. We've got this outside pavilion that we're in right now. We have cornhole, we have fire pit right here, picnic tables, just a really nice place to gather and socialize with your other customers that are here. It's just very, very, very comfortable. We have plenty of room in the backyard. It's just a really comfortable place to come. Oh,
Right?
got bobbled. I don't know if he's still there.
There he is. You got him.
He's gonna run off.
Uh-oh, nice one.
Yeah, he's pretty good. That cork never went down. It just did a little up and down thing.
Yeah, you have
and
to
then
watch.
turn sideways.
Yeah, you just have to
Yep.
watch the corks.
Yep.
So all we did was we just moved up about 10 feet up this bank. Tide's not coming in the way we want it to come in right now, so it's not a every like crazy silly every cast bite, but it's really good though. Go find the net. All right, rule number one in netting a fish: net head first.
Rule number 2 is use 2 hands on the net.
Yeah, right here. I knew rule number 2. I just didn't follow rule number 1 very well.
All right, he swallowed it.
Yeah, he swallowed it.
I gotta do a little,
I'm gonna be doing a little open heart surgery on that.
surgery here real quick.
Billy, what are these fish primarily feeding on right now?
Mullet.
Mullet.
Mullet, mullet, mullet.
So when you see these mullet jumping around, you got a pretty good chance of catching fish. And the mullet, this time of year, they don't really, you see them swirling. You don't see them
Yeah,
jumping out of the water a lot.
Yeah, unless it really warms up, there's not a lot of jumping going on.
But one of the big keys to fishing this time of year is it's not like the summer where that cork's just gonna go and just go straight under. These fish here are so subtle, and you're only in about 2 feet of water in these ponds. So you have to watch your cork, and it'll just slide just a little bit. And that is the key to catching fish. And that's another big one.
Yep, that's another
Those are the
30
ones.
inch.
These are the ones that we throw back.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of people, that's a borderline, it's a bull, but you know, folks, if you catch a fish this big, throw them back. We're gonna catch some 17, 18 inchers and we'll keep those for dinner, but fish like that,
That's what makes the babies.
that's what makes the babies. Put them back.
So, yeah. We encourage that. And they're not that good to eat, really. I mean, there's one.
Yeah, look at him. Just barely moving
Barely
that cork.
moving the cork.
Yep.
Another good one.
That is absolutely insane the way they barely move that cork.
Yep.
Now, I've been tipping my line with a piece of shrimp, and I'm about to be down 3-2. Not that I'm keeping track.
And he's an over.
Come on.
Coming to you.
Oh, whoops. Come on, fish. There you go.
There we go.
Well, he is close to a tournament fish.
Yep, he is. He's
That's close.
he's a little stud.
Yeah, he is. That fish is big, fat.
Yep.
I mean, they will eat some serious mullet out here. I bet you if you cut that fish open, you're gonna find a big old mullet or something.
Yeah, something of some size in it.
People will be surprised at the things you'll find in a redfish.
Up.
You've cleaned enough of them. You know, brim, crawfish.
Oh yeah, and that's
crabs.
not all. I've got a little, what I call my wall of fame in my cabin down here, that I have stuff that I have found in and on redfish. One was a spin trap in his stomach, and one was a zip tie full of O-rings in his stomach.
I can believe that.
And then caught one time that had a rope around him, right behind his gills.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, and mice, rats,
Oh yeah.
frogs, crawfish.
Oh yeah, all kind of critters. But I mean, yeah. And one of our guys found a baby bottle nipple one time.
Okay.
They'll eat anything. At some point, they will eat anything.
Well, at least we know where Logan's baby bottle nipple went.
Went to good use.
Yeah. Today's Tackle Box is brought to you by the Louisiana Charter Boat Association. Book your adventure today. All right, tackle box today, pretty simple. All of our tackle carried in our Busby tackle storage system. Basically used one rod today, and that was our DTR 7-foot spinning rod from Akuma ITX spinning reel, and then a 1/8 ounce death grip jig head. I had a gulp on it and then tipped it with a little piece of shrimp under a 50-pound leader. Started at 20, but went to 50 because of all the stubble, with a 4 horseman popping cork. And boy, for redfish in Venice, this is as easy as it gets. Clothing, Habit Outdoors. I've got some stains on this shirt, but don't worry, they come out. And that's our tackle tips for this week. There he goes.
Here he is. All right.
Got off.
Oh no.
I need a new leader.
All right, so Kevin just lost that fish because he got around some of his cane stubble and broke off. He was throwing a 20-pound leader. All this stubble has barnacles down under the water on it. Typically when I'm around this kind of stuff, people think it's overkill, but I throw 50-pound leaders. Just for that reason right there. Not to say it won't ever break, it will, but you improve your chances of it not breaking by throwing this heavier leader. It doesn't, you don't really have any kind of bait action, so using the heavy line doesn't really affect it. You just want it to stay there and hang there and not break. So I go 50-pound and have been pretty successful with it. So we're switching him to 50 right now.
There he goes.
Get him. Another good one?
Yeah, another good one.
Yeah. He just hadn't run off yet. Didn't realize he's hooked.
Oh, I think he's pretty well aware of it now.
Right.
I think he's got an idea he's hooked.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, I think he knows. They're big today, huh?
Yeah.
We've caught one fish that was under a bull. And you'd be so surprised if you realized how shallow these fish are in. We're not throwing but, what, 2 feet of water?
Maybe, yeah.
And this is where that 50-pound test comes in. If you look, you can see every now and then mud come up.
Yep.
That's from his tail on the bottom. I mean, that's how shallow we are.
Stirring up the bottom.
All right, come on. Straight to the net. No, don't do that. Don't turn around. Straight in the net. There you go. All right.
Boom.
Captain Billy's got us on the big boys today. Wow. Big ol' Venice brute.
Yep. That's what we're known for.
And there's nothing more fun than catching these things. The pull is incredible. We're gonna show him to you. And get him. There you go.
Very nice.
Thank you for the fight. Something tells me you're gonna be ready to go here before too long. Get your tail. Take off on me. Moves right. Make sure to book your next fishing trip with a member of the Louisiana Charter Boat Association. Go to louisianacharterfishing.com.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Coming out the water. I broke the streak.
Yeah.
Broke the streak. Pretty redfish. Pretty. So I'll get him in. Woo, there we go.
There you go.
So let me ask you a question, Cap.
Okay.
You got all of these ponds back here, and we don't give away any secrets about where exactly we are, because I think telling people how to fish is better than telling them where to fish.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you get back in these ponds like this, what should people look for? I mean, what do you? because there's a ton of ponds, and there's a lot of things. So what do you look for?
First thing is bait. If they don't have a food source, there won't be any fish.
Okay.
Second thing, cleaner the water, the better. And then you play the wind. Fish. I try to fish lee sides because that water's a little cleaner than the wind. But those two things, and then points. All fish like points, and I even like little indentions, little dimples in them. Irregularities, like every other fish out there. Something different, and then you start searching from there. But food and water clear to your two top.
Right. And then the other thing is sometimes you'll find these fish on top of the canes. I mean, you have to get right on top of them. Sometimes they'll be out. Mm-hmm. So you have to work it a little bit.
Yeah, you have to play with that. Every day is different. Everybody asks me, well, how far should I pop the cork back? Right now, we don't know. We hadn't had a bite. Pop it all the way to the boat. Right. Sometimes they're way out, sometimes they're way in. You don't ever know. You got to let the fish tell you what's going on. Yep. You have to fish it, and figure that out.
And there is a pretty Venice redfish, which is just bled all over the place.
There you go.
Oh, there he is.
All up in the junk.
All up in the junk. All up in the junk. You were wondering why we're using 50-pound test?
Right here.
The problem is I've got 30-pound braid on there that's just getting... Look at that one. Oh, gosh.
That's why I use the 50. Right there.
That's a big fish. Ooh! And again, that just slight movement of the cork.
Yep.
You'd never think that, in the summertime, these big reds will come and hit the cork. But this time, they just slides on the bottom. Oof, golly. Ooh. Nice. They come in all sizes.
Yeah. It just fell out.
It just fell out of his mouth. Boy, that's a fat fish. Oh, man. Hold him up.
That net kind of right there.
There we go. There he is. Look at that.
Hurting.
Another beautiful one. It's an amazing day out here. See that, that tail lights up like that, meaning they're active. There you go. Another one. Maybe. Well, what a great day down here in Venice, Louisiana. January, 70-degree temperatures, windy, and we catch a bunch of redfish. Our thanks to Captain Billy Wallbaum of Paradise Plus Outfitters. And boy, they've got a great operation down here in Plaquemines Parish. Duck hunting, lodging. We stayed in the cabins. They have the big lodge as well, a big pavilion to entertain customers in, and Chef Bernie Young cooks some of the greatest food you're going to have when you go on a fishing trip. So give them a call and book a trip and come down here to Plaquemines Parish. There's so much to do, and all you have to do is go to plaquemines-parishtourism.com to see everything that we have to offer in Plaquemines Parish. For Captain Billy Wallbaum and producer Logan Brown, I'm Kevin Ford, and we'll see you next week as we go fishing to another great destination in South Louisiana.